Now, cursing often is a very misunderstood art form. If we simply boil cursing down to the simplest form possible, what it is simply reaching out and seizing the moment we're in and amplifying it into a unique experience, not only for ourselves, but for anyone who happens to be around us. And there are actually more ways to do this than simply cursing. You can amplify the moment by giving a look, or even pausing. Saying nothing can be used to amplify the moment. However, because this video is about how to curse, we're going to focus in on how to use cursing to seize the moment we're in and amplify it into a unique experience. And there are three types of curses that we're going to consider. The first is the visionary curse, the second, the meaningful curse, and the third, the purposeful curse. So let's start with the visionary curse. Those who use the visionary curse are rulers, and rulers are masters of the mind. Rulers know that we don't see the world as it actually is, we see the world as our mind perceives it. So when a ruler uses a visionary curse, what they do is they make a picture in their mind of the way they want others to see the events around them, and then they attach that picture to a curse word, send it forth from their mouth and into the minds of everyone around them. This allows others to see the world similar to how they, as the ruler, are seeing it. So as a simple example, here we have a picture that's actually three pictures layered over top of one another. Now the mind, because the mind is seeing this, it wants to make it true. We know it's not necessarily true, but because we're seeing it, the mind works very hard to explain or somehow make this all work. And when the ruler creates a visionary curse, this is what happens. They lay a second picture over top of what's actually happening. So when that curse enters into someone else's body, the picture that's there is picked up by their mind, and they start seeing the world as the ruler sees it, as the mind of the ruler is picturing it. And there are many ways to do this. One way is to look at a common experience and then pick the most vile, putrid, and disgusting word possible and lay it over top of the world. And when people see this, hear that curse word, they're aghast. I thought this was just a normal experience, and hear this curse word, this vile, demeaning word has placed this horrendous picture over what was supposed to be a normal event, and now it's clearly not. But it can also go the other way. The picture the mind can create can be of holiness, or even calling on the name of God to bring down a divine experience into the moment that's not actually there. But once the mind perceives that it's there, it starts figuring out and trying to prove that it actually is there. And that's the power of the visionary curse. You have others around you see what's in your mind, and remember, because it's in your mind, it's not actually there, but because they're seeing what's in your mind, they start trying to make it true themselves. And this can be misused, as with all curses, but it's a powerful way to help people to see the world in the unique way that you do. And that's the visionary curse. Next we have the meaningful curse. And the masters of the meaningful curse are wizards, because wizards are artists of the heart, using emotions to give meaning to life. Now, wizards know that we don't simply have the ability to create meaning, we're always creating meaning. No event comes along the path into our life and has meaning inside of it. We create the meaning for each event. And a wizard seizes that ability and consciously crafts meaning, an emotional meaning. So, if a common event comes along that doesn't seem all that spectacular, but the wizard chooses to be angry about that event, they will create an emotion of meaning. Then they'll attach that emotion to a curse word and say it in a way that everybody knows how angry they are at this, what seemed to be at once a innocuous event. But because the emotion is in that curse word, everybody realizes that this is a meaningful event. And it can go the other way too. The emotion that can be placed can be of a blissful nature, a wondrous and lighthearted. That's up to the curse and the way we use it. For a wizard, it's not what is being said, it's how it's being expressed. So the word isn't as important as how the word is being said. The way the word is shaped and expressed can make the same word be angry or blissful. That's the meaningful curse, to inject meaning into an experience by artfully crafting a curse word towards that end. And by doing this, we can help others to feel what we feel. Now, the last type of curse is the purposeful curse. And the purposeful curse is used by warriors, because warriors are always up to something. They're always trying to go somewhere or do something, accomplish a purpose. And when do they then curse? Well, when something gets in the way of their purpose. And when this happens, the warrior will sling a string of invectives at this object that is obstructing them. This is very instructive because the warrior wants to make it clear that no purpose should be hindered. And they want to teach everybody in the proximity what happens when you get in the way of purpose. But this can go the other way too. When the warrior achieves fulfillment of their purpose, they can use a curse word to express the bliss, the wonder, the euphoria of accomplishment. And this is also instructive to anybody around because they can sense and see the potency of pushing and pulling our way through obstacles to finally get to the point of purposeful fulfillment. And all of that can be contained in a single curse word. So the warrior curses to highlight the significance of purpose, both obstructing purpose and expressing the joy of fulfilling one's purpose. Now, we can cultivate the ability to use all three of these curses, which we should do, but each of us will have a leaning towards one over the other two. And that's good, that's natural, that's the way we will be most potent in one of these three. But still, cultivating all three is still very helpful and useful. But doing all this, even developing the ability to curse, is very simple. We want to do this, whether we curse or not. We want to learn how to seize the moment and amplify it, turn it into a unique experience, because cursing is one of the ways that we amplify common events and turn them into unique experiences.